Hello everybody and welcome back to Only English, the series where I speak only in English and then I give you some questions in the description that you must answer to check your understanding. Today I'm going to talk about some strange and funny facts about Great Britain. So I bet you didn't know them, but if you did, let me know in the comments how many of these things you knew, okay? So let's start with Great Britain, or is it the United Kingdom? Or is it the British Isles? Which is it? They're all different. Basically, we've got the United Kingdom, which is England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Then we've got Great Britain. Great Britain is only England, Scotland and Wales without Northern Ireland. But then we've got the British Isles. Now the British Isles are all of the islands in the geographic area. So including the island of Ireland, plus all of the smaller islands off of Scotland in between England and Ireland as well. So basically that's the difference between the United Kingdom, Great Britain and the British Isles. So did you know that? Okay, strange fact number 2. How many of you have seen Big Ben? Because I bet you haven't. In fact, I bet everything that you have not seen Big Ben. Do you know what Big Ben is? Because it's not the tower with the clock. That's called St. Stephen's Tower. Big Ben is actually the biggest bell inside the tower. And it's impossible to see from the outside. So Big Ben, although it's the nickname of one of the bells, the actual name is the Great Bell. It's also the nickname for the tower, but it's not actually correct. Okay, fact number 3. Did you know that in Britain we have one of the smallest cities in the world? It's called St. David's and it's got less than 2,000 people living there. So how's it a city? Basically, to be a city in England, there are no set rules, but in the past it always used to be if there's a cathedral in the place, then automatically it becomes a city. Now, St. David, the patron saint of Wales, was buried in St. David's, the name of the town, and therefore there was a cathedral built there. And so this place is actually a city. Okay, strange fact number 4. Did you know in Wales, again in Anglesey, which is the island just off the north of Wales, there is one of the longest place names in the world. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, and I'll tell you why. I know. It's incredible, isn't it? But this is somebody who can pronounce it properly.
Just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyngyll go get a Quindrobwll, Llantysilio go go go.
It actually got its name in the 1860s and it was created specifically to be one of the longest names. So it's quite strange actually, the origin of the place name. Fact number 5. Did you know that English is not the only recognised native language to the British Isles? Because there's also Scottish Gaelic, Irish Gaelic and Cornish as well. And of course, Welsh. Now, these languages are still spoken. They're not dead languages. And people, especially in Scotland who speak Scottish and in Ireland who speak Irish and in Wales who speak Welsh, are very, very proud to speak it. And rightly so, because it's part of their culture and part of their heritage. In fact, I've got some statistics here. Irish is spoken by 75,000 people daily. So that's how many people use it on a daily basis. And that's out of a population of 4.75 million people. So that's not a bad percentage. Then there's Scottish Gaelic, and that's spoken by 87,000 people. So a lot of people are still able to speak it. Then there's Welsh. Now, Welsh is one of the biggest because there are nearly 1 million people that speak Welsh. Now, that's out of a population of just over 3 million. So around 30% of Welsh people are able to speak Welsh. Now, I went to university in Wales, and there, where I was a smallish town, but the first language was Welsh. And it was incredible because I couldn't understand a word, nothing. It is completely different to English, completely. Okay, fact number 6. Have you heard of the pyramids in Egypt? I'm sure you have. But did you know that Stonehenge is actually older than the pyramids? Stonehenge has been dated back to over 3,000 years old. But here's the really amazing thing. The stones used to build Stonehenge didn't come from the local area. They came from Wales. So that means these rocks, these stones, which are up to 4 meters high, they were transported so far, hundreds of miles, across the south of Wales and into Wiltshire, the county where they are now, and nobody can really understand how they were moved. But it's very interesting to know that in Britain we have something older than the pyramids. Fact number 7. So, I'm sure you've heard of the Union Jack, the flag, yes? Well, in fact, that's not its real name. Its real name is the Union flag. And it's made up of the cross of St. Andrew, who is the patron saint of Scotland, the cross of St. George, the patron saint of England, and the cross of St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. And all of those are put together, one on top of the other, to create the Union flag. Fact number 8. Now, obviously, you've all heard of William Shakespeare. But did you know he added more than 3,000 words to the English language? He particularly liked the prefix un, and he created over 300 words with the prefix un, including uncomfortable, which didn't exist before, unreal, which again didn't exist before, and also undress, which again didn't exist before. But did you also know there's a lot of people who don't actually think William Shakespeare wrote all of the plays and the sonnets? And they have 3 pieces of evidence to help them. The first is that William Shakespeare's signature was different on almost all of the documents that they have found, which is very strange considering such a good writer wasn't able to sign his name the same way every time. The second thing they say is that when he died, in his will, he did not leave any of the documents about his plays or sonnets. So why didn't he? If that was his life's work, why didn't he want to leave them to his family? And the third thing they say is that William Shakespeare was actually a very good property investor. So he was actually the person who invested in the Globe Theatre. So his name is attached to the Globe Theatre, but not actually as a person who wrote any of the plays that were performed there. So there we are. Let me know in the comments how many of those things you knew. Also, in this one, I have spoken a little bit quicker, okay? So let me know how much you understood, okay? Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.